and welcome to Watermelon Living. So today I am going to be showing y'all how to recreate or how to do this look. It is a Halloween puppet look. It is perfect for if you have a last minute Halloween party invite. You're able to recreate this look by using any makeup that you have. If you're missing any of these things, you could easily go to your drugstore and buy some. I know that I've gotten invited to some Halloween parties actually the day before their party, so I had to go and scramble and try and fight the crowds to find a good Halloween costume. This way at least it looks like you really put a lot of thought into it and wasn't super last minute. One of the things I wanted to remind y'all is that I will be doing a giveaway once I reach 500 subscribers. I have a few ideas as to what I'll be doing as a giveaway. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave me a comment. If you're not part of the family, go ahead and subscribe. Press that subscribe button. So if you're ready to get this look, please stay tuned. Hi my lovelies, so I've already done my color correcting and my foundation. If you want more details, I have done a foundation routine, which you can see the link down below. And I right now am doing my concealer using the NARS Custard, and I'm using my beauty blender to blend it all out. And to set my concealer, I am using Airspun Loose Face Powder, translucent, extra coverage. I absolutely love this loose powder. It has that old-timey type of smell to it. They've been doing this since 1935. It's actually, I had a hard time getting my hands on it. I actually had to order it on Amazon, but it can be found in Walmart and also Walgreens. So now it's time to draw out those cheekbones, and I am using MAKEUPGEEK's Deal Breaker Warm Deep. You can use any sort of contour powder that is a little bit darker than your skin tone, just so that you can go ahead and create that really sunken in type of cheekbones, very chiseled. So now it's time to create the illusion of a puppet mouth. I am using the same contour powder that I used for the cheekbones. I'm using a powder instead of the marker because last time I did it, I actually had a really hard time correcting it. And this way you can make sure that it's the way you want it to look. I actually had to start all over, and so that's kind of my little trick. So now that we have it the way we like, I am using just a fluffy brush and I am buffing all that stuff out. I am using MAKEUPGEEK's Creme Brulee just to kind of give it a little bit of a lighter color and give it more of a shading effect. And again, I'm just using that fluffy brush just kind of to get rid of the harsh lines and create a shadow effect. And I'm doing it on the cheekbones and also beside my mouth. And now that I have the lines the way I want them, I am using Too Faced sketch marker in black. As you can see, I am just drawing it over the eyeshadow lines that I ended up doing, just to create a nice shadow effect. So now it's time to use MAC's Dolly Mix. I am making my cheeks look just like a doll, just make them pop out and look really nice and rosy looking. And now I am contouring my nose, again using MAKEUPGEEK's Deal Breaker, and I'm just doing it on the outside of my nose and over the bridge. And now I'm using MAKEUPGEEK's Latte to go ahead and blend all that out, just because, you know, normally dolls and puppets have a very defined nose, so you're trying to create all that different depth. And I'm just going back on my cheekbones just to create, again, more shadowing, and as well on the outsides of that lines that I did, and then underneath my lips just to create, again, that shadow effect. And now it's time for those eyebrows. So I am just going to be drawing them out by using MAKEUPGEEK's Corrupt. I'm just doing a very bold black eyebrow, and you can do these over your eyebrows. If you have a little bit thinner eyebrow than I do, then just go ahead and overdraw it. But if you have some that are thick like mine, I actually underdrew it, just because, like I said, my eyebrows are pretty thick, and that's kind of how I like my eyebrows to be. But again, you can have fun with it and kind of draw it the way you like. So the look is actually coming together. Now it's time to create those freckles. I'm using the same eyeliner and just creating little dots. I think if you have a brown one, it might look a little bit better, but I just went ahead and used the same black one, and I was like, it does the same thing. And now it's time for the eyes. I'm using NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Milk. And I am just going to overdraw my eyes underneath my eyes and also above, just to make my eyes look a lot bigger than they actually are. Alright, so now I'm using that eyeshadow to go ahead and draw the outline of the eyes. I know it doesn't look perfect, but I mean, that's the reason why we're using eyeshadow, just to kind of make sure we're not having to go bigger on the eyes or make them smaller. It's very easy to correct, but have fun with it. You can make them a lot bigger or you can make them a little bit smaller. It just all depends on your eye shape. Now that I'm happy with how the shape of the eye looks, I'm going in with that eyeliner and just going over that black eyeshadow that I ended up doing, just to make sure that it looks the line looks a little bit darker and a little bit bolder. So, to make the eyes look a little bit more believable, we are doing little eyelashes on the bottom and also on the top. I was going in with the eyeliner first, but then I was like, no, it doesn't look that great, so I ended up just using the eyeshadow instead. And as you can see, I'm just going all the way around the eyes. And for the top, we are going to put eyelashes on. For that one, you actually want to put them on top of the whatever line that you ended up doing, not right on top of your eyelashes. But yeah, just to make the eye look a little bit bigger and make the eyelashes, or at least the eyes, look a little bit believable. Those eyelashes don't look that bad. So now what I'm using is Buxom to go ahead and put mascara on my eyelashes, and then I'll be putting on the fake eyelashes. As you can see right there, it's magic. They were there, now they weren't. I'm using MOCHA to go ahead and deepen that contour on my cheekbones, just to make it, look a little bit more sunken in. And then I'll be using Corrupt, a little bit of Corrupt on the sides as well, kind of a little bit over that, just to, again, give it that more shadow effect. Okay, and now I am using Half-Hearted in Warm Medium to go ahead and contour all around my face. Okay, so on the sides of my mouth, you can see that it's a little bit black. I did not show that step because I'm actually going to go in and correct it. So if at any point you kind of mess up on any of the shading, I will show you in a little bit how to correct that. So now that I'm done contouring, I am using MOCHA on my crease, just to make my eyes look a little bit more sunken in. Since I didn't feel my nose was that defined, I went ahead and went back with Deal Breaker, and I'm redrawing those lines, making them a little bit darker, just so that my nose really, looks very rigid and doll-like. So what kind of puppet would I be if I didn't have that very bright red lip? I am using ColourPop's Creeper. It is a matte finish, so it took a little bit for it to dry, so but it's a beautiful bright red, and I think it goes perfect with this puppet look. So I told y'all that I did end up kind of messing up, so now I'm going back with custard on those outer lines and just correcting all that dark shading. I had gone in with corrupt and tried to do more shading and it just didn't look right. So if you do mess up, go ahead and go back with your concealer and just cover it up, and once it's dry, for me I went back with Mirage to kind of make it look like my skin tone. But you can go with your foundation powder if you want. Now I'm doing my highlighting, of course. I am using Pearl by BECCA Cosmetics, and I'm just highlighting everywhere. Just because it, you know, as a puppet, we have to look our best and look all shiny as if we're made out of plastic. So this is when you can go above and beyond with all the highlighting. Alrighty, my lovelies, so here is the finished look. This is, you know, all the stuff that I use to make this look is makeup. So say if you had a last minute invite to a Halloween party, you know, this is a dress that I actually had a few years ago. And so it's a nice little kind of doll dress. And so if you have a dress in your closet and last minute Halloween invite, I actually made this bow from some ribbon, and I actually have on like a little hair clip to put it on, and you know, fake eyelashes. But all of this look I made with just makeup things that you can find in your local drugstore or even in your own makeup collection, so that way you can go ahead and create this look and then be ready to go out and party. Hopefully you all enjoyed this tutorial. If there are any other type of looks that you'd like me to do, go ahead, feel free and leave me a comment. I am so happy that you all watched my video, and don't forget that I am going to be doing a giveaway for once I reach 500 subscribers. So if you're not part of my Watermelon Living family, go ahead and subscribe, and I guess I will see you all later. Bye, my lovelies.